It's time to focus. Are you ready? This is video number 1, which is the introduction. And first, what I want to do is to get you in the right mindset. I'm going to give you a quick overview, and then we're going to talk about how it all works. You are about to dig deep, deep within yourself. You may never have done this before, and yet you may have gone about life wondering why you do the things that you do. Now, before you can become more focused, get things done, be more productive, and be successful, you have to come at this with a few things. You must be honest about your weaknesses, your strengths, bad habits, and good habits. Now, I hope that you're watching this video course alone, because this is not a time to judge others, but it's a time to judge yourself. So you got to be honest in order for this to work. And it's easy often for us to focus on our strengths. But if you can figure out your weaknesses and your bad habits, you'll get closer to being focused and breaking those bad habits, and closer to getting things done, being more productive, and being more successful. You've got to be truthful about yourself. And if you come at this course with this mindset, then you'll surpass yourself and reach your goals at a faster and more efficient rate than before. Now what I want to do is give you a quick overview of the video series as a whole and a little more depth so you can understand how everything pieces together. Video number 1 is the introduction to diffusing distraction. We've got so much distraction in our lives, and how do we diffuse that? How do we keep focusing on the right things? Video number 2 is about finding out your personality, or who you are. I know you're thinking, well, I know who I am. I know who I am. I know my strengths and weaknesses. But I've talked to many people, and they haven't really understood their personality type, how they think, why they think, and things like that. And the reason for this is it's customized. We're going to dig deeper and make it work for you. Everybody thinks differently, but we're going to make it work for you. In video number 3, we're going to talk about understanding the way you process data. If you understand the way you process data, you will understand how you process information and how you can suck it in and push it out so that whenever you push it out, it's great quality, it's focused, there's not a lot of distractions, and it's more efficient. Video number 4, we're going to talk about understanding your habits and understanding your weaknesses. If you can understand your habits and your weaknesses, your bad habits and your weaknesses, which also tend to fall in the same category, then you'll be able to break through, pinpoint those trigger points when it's about to happen, and diffuse it before it explodes. Video number 5, we're going to talk about analyzing what you spend your time on. We're going to talk about offline methods and online methods. So in this day and age with technology and everything, you tend to spend time online. But how do you know what time is being spent on? Are you spending it on something that's actually reaching your goal, fulfilling that realistic goal? Or are you spending time on something that doesn't really help you in any way? So we're going to figure that out so you can understand not only habits and weaknesses, but understand what you spend your time on. Because at that point, that's when you can break free from your bad habits. Once you know your bad habits, once you really know what you spend time on, then you can break those bad habits. Then you know those trigger points or when it's about to happen. Video number 7, we're going to talk about how to remind yourself about your main focus. Video number 8, we're going to talk about how to set realistic goals. Now, this is often where most of these types of courses teach you how to set realistic goals. But many forget to customize it towards you. So once you've understand all of this about yourself, now you know how to set realistic goals and how to become accountable to yourself. We're going to talk about that in video number 9 because that is often what keeps you going. Accountability, having other people motivating you is important. But if you rely too heavily on people being accountable to you, whether that's a coach or somebody else, which is fine. Some people need a coach. We all need a coach. In fact, having a coach, I'd highly recommend, would actually definitely help you in many, many ways. But you have to find the right coach. With that said, if you train yourself to be self-accountable, then you will surpass yourself in so many ways. You will never really have to rely on another human being to really motivate you. Now, extroverts, we do tend to want to communicate with other people, and that's fine. But if you are more self-accountable, more self-motivated, you will be more persistent, more consistent about what you do, and push forward. So with that said, let's talk about how it works. This is no ordinary system that gives you a generalized tips and tricks. First, what we're going to do is we're going to figure out who you really are. In terms of how you think, because the way you think isn't the same as the person next to you. But if you know yourself better, your strengths and weaknesses, then and then only you'll know how to direct yourself, break habits, and go where you have never been before. So with that said, let's move on to video number 2 and jump into this and figure out what your personality type is.